Look at the photo again. Messi, alone on the pitch, in tears, watching someone else lift the trophy. That's the image the entire world remembers from this final. It's not the full story, not even close. 7 seconds before that photo was taken, Messi wasn't crying. He was furious, pointing at the referee, demanding a red card, trying to get a Spanish player sent off for something that lasted half a second and barely happened at all. It backfired instantly, and the people who turned on him weren't rival fans. They were the commentators, the legends, the voices who've spent 20 years calling him the greatest of all time. For 4 days, nobody in Argentina said a word about any of it. Then, one man broke the silence. Not FIFA, not the referee, a teammate who's known Messi for 10 years, and what he revealed doesn't just explain that photo, it suggests the photo might be the last one we ever get. Here's exactly what happened, in order, because the full picture is nothing like what you think you saw. Start with the 90 minutes that got us there. Argentina versus Spain. MetLife Stadium, July 19th. Messi, 39 years old, playing what everyone quietly suspected was his last match ever in an Argentina shirt, in front of the entire planet. For long stretches, it's a siege. Emi Martinez turns into a brick wall, save after save, somehow keeping Argentina in a game they have no business staying in. Spain dominate the ball completely. Argentina barely touch it, and still, somehow, it's 0-0 deep into stoppage time. Then it snaps. Enzo Fernandez, already on a yellow, goes in reckless. Second yellow, red. Argentina down to 10 men before the 90th minute is even over. Spain smell blood immediately. Minutes later, the net ripples. Their bench erupts, already celebrating. Pulled back, foul in the build-up. No goal. For one flickering second, 10 men against the best team on earth actually believe they can hold the line. They can't. 37 seconds into the second half of extra time, substitute Ferran Torres pounces on a loose ball and buries it. Spain, world champions again. And that's the moment the photo gets taken. Messi alone in the middle of the pitch, in tears. But rewind 7 seconds, back to right after that red card, and the story looks completely different. Here's where it turns on its head. In the pile-up right after Fernandez's dismissal, players from both sides swarm the referee. Spain's Marc Cucurella walks up to Messi to talk. Mid-sentence, his hand drifts near his mouth. Half a second. Gone. That's the entire incident. Half a second. But here's what most highlight clips leave out. FIFA built a brand new rule into this exact tournament. Cover your mouth to hide what you're saying during a confrontation, and you can be sent off on the spot. Not theoretical, it had already ended other players' World Cups that summer. So the moment Cucurella's hand moved, Messi spun around and went straight at the referee, pointing, signaling the bench, demanding VAR pull it up, demanding a red card, demanding Spain get reduced to 10 men too. Referee Slavko Vincic looked, waved it off. Play resumed like nothing happened. And that's the exact second this stopped being a story about Spain and became a story about Messi. Because what happened next was brutal. And it didn't come from rival fans with an agenda. It came from people who've spent their careers worshipping him. Wayne Rooney called it sad to watch, and said it summed up exactly how Argentina play. Lee Dixon went further on ITV, calling the whole appeal ridiculous, warning that football's finished if that's genuinely worth ending someone's World Cup. Even Joe Hart, trying to be fair to him, couldn't defend it, pointing out Cucurella barely covered 2 fingers over his mouth for that to be the ask. In a final at that magnitude. Online, it turned savage fast. Shameless. Pathetic. Cowardly. Fans who had defended this man through 2 decades of controversy were suddenly the ones dragging him. And here's the part that actually stings if you're Argentine. Messi wasn't technically wrong that the rule existed. He was betting the referee would enforce it the same way it had been enforced all tournament. He lost that bet. In the last match of his career. In front of everyone who'll ever remember it. So, no, this was never FIFA burying a robbery. There was no conspiracy against Argentina hiding in that moment. This was the greatest player of his generation, cornered with 10 men on the pitch, reaching for anything that might even the odds, and instead handing the world a villain to talk about, instead of a farewell to mourn. FIFA's head of officiating, Pierluigi Collina, never issued some dramatic reversal. He'd spent the whole tournament defending his referees against complaints from multiple countries, and nothing about this moment changed that. No overturned call, no apology, just FIFA staying silent, and everyone else getting louder. And that noise was still climbing 4 days later, when the real bombshell landed, not from FIFA, from inside Argentina's own camp. Boca Juniors midfielder Leandro Paredes sat down with D Sports. And what came out of his mouth suggests this was never just about one controversial night. It might be the ending of an entire golden generation, all at once, and almost nobody clocked it happening in real time. Nicolas Otamendi has already confirmed his international retirement. Head coach Lionel Scaloni has been dropping hints of his own, and Paredes admitted, on camera, he doesn't even know if he's coming back. But it's what he said about Messi that stopped the room. Paredes said he believed Messi had already made the call, privately, before a ball was even kicked in that final, that this was always going to be his last match for the national team, no matter the result. He was careful. Messi hasn't confirmed one word of it publicly, but the man standing closest to him for the better part of a decade already believes it's done. Paredes said it hurt, because the entire squad spent the whole tournament silently hoping that final match would never actually come. He said the decision belongs to Messi and Messi alone, and whatever makes him happy will make the rest of them happy too. Sit with that for a second. That photo, Messi alone, in tears, might not just be the end of one final. It might be the last photo of him in that shirt, period. So here's exactly where this stands. Messi tried to get an opponent sent off in the single biggest match of his life, and the football world turned on him for it within hours, hard, from voices that have defended him for 20 years. FIFA never budged, because there was nothing to budge on. No hidden injustice. Just a legend gambling on the rules and losing in the worst possible moment. And underneath all of that noise, Lionel Messi may have already played his final game for his country. The people closest to him are the ones who saw it coming first. So which story do you think people remember 5 years from now? The red card he didn't get, or the retirement nobody's officially heard yet? Drop it below. I'm reading every comment. And if you don't want to miss the moment Messi finally speaks for himself, hit subscribe, because this one's far from over.